These are 4 reasons why you should reconsider marriage. Let's get it. 1, look at the fucking numbers, bro. Fuck your family and friends. The up-to-date divorce rate in America is 56%, with 80% being filed by women.
Hello everyone, this is Magbo Gaming here, back at Angry Guys channel once again. I hope you're all doing well today. And today's topic, we're gonna get more into marriage and why it's probably the most stupidest move you can make in today's era. Of course, that's not true for absolutely everyone. I'm pretty sure there are marriages that are around my generation and even younger that are doing very well. But that's the very small minority today, I believe. Yes, hard times are here, guys. Jobs are disappearing fast. And if you do lose yours today, you could be homeless in a few months or even a few weeks. But it doesn't have to be that way with you. Check out the new Angry Creator Academy and learn how to build your own online business using YouTube to grow it, and every other website you choose to get into that can help you shine. You know, it could be any business you want, and you're gonna need something like that today because inflation's continue to go up, marriages are becoming very stagnated, which we're gonna get into soon. And of course, don't forget that there is a free creator blueprint when you sign up for the Creator Academy. The link's in the description below. Check it out whenever you can, or right now. Okay, so also be sure to like this video. Yep, click the like button if you're enjoying videos like these. If you agree to the topics, it could definitely help us get more out there with the algorithm and more people to notice this video. Be sure to subscribe to this channel and click the bell so whenever new videos pop up, you will be notified and not miss a single video ever again. Yep. And also check out Angry Guy on Rumble if you want to see the unfiltered version of Angry Guy as well. So with all that out of the way, guys, we are going to commentate on a video from Thought Architect. It's called Why Getting Married is the Dumbest, well, Stupidest Move You Can Make. Arthur Solpenay, or I kind of like butchered his last name to be honest, but whatever. Let's see what he got to say and then we'll commentate on it so we can find out the implications on why marriage is not a very good move today. Let's get started.
Picture a man who stripped every illusion bare. Arthur Schopenhauer, the philosopher who called existence itself suffering. He had an even harsher view of marriages. To marry is to step into a cell willingly. The door closes, and suddenly your rights shrink to shadows, while your duties grow like iron chains on your back.
I mean, that's pretty much what it is for men these days. You're willingly going into a marriage. It's pretty much a contract between you and the woman to make sure that they stick together at all times and to be able to support each other. But the love thing, it's not an obligation, is it? That's what I remember from the last video I commentated, or from somewhere around Angry Guys channel. Anyways, yeah, so you get into that chain, you feel like the woman has more control of you, unless you as the man that the woman is really attracted to, you decide to take charge and you try to do it in a way that the woman understands. But unfortunately, this doesn't work for everybody out there, because let's just say if a woman is marrying you just because of your resources and it's not because you're good looking and stuff, well, it's gonna be very hard for someone like that to dominate a woman and let them know that he's the man of the house, he's the one in charge of the relationship, he's the one that makes the decisions. And yet you do have all these responsibilities to do, to take care of them and stuff, but you can't tell them what to do, you can't make your own decisions, you just gotta live with the responsibilities. Let's continue.
Society sells you fairy tales of happily ever after. But Schopenhauer saw marriage for what it is: a biological trick, a lifetime contract, signed under chemical hypnosis. Look around you. Half of marriages collapse with a 50% divorce rate. The rest limp on in silence.
And that's another reason why marriage is not a good move today. It definitely is not a good idea unless you are 100% sure that this woman that's with you has proven without a shadow of a doubt that she's going to be loyal to you through thick and thin through the rest of your life. Unless you can feel that way and that God confirms it in your heart, do not get married today, please. Do not, because that 50% range, that 50% probability that you will get divorced is a very big probability. It's a 1 out of 2 chance that your marriage is gonna fail. It's gonna end up in divorce. You have to pay child support, alimony, and all that stuff. And you're gonna be living through most of your rest of your life in misery, without control of your life or your circumstance, and without control of how much you can make. It's brutal, honestly. It is brutal.
Dead bedrooms, erased identities, quiet desperation behind smiling faces. But here's what nobody tells you about why this happens. According to Schopenhauer, the thing we call love isn't some divine blessing, but it's your DNA hijacking your brain to trick you into reproducing. And marriage is the institution that locks you into that biological programming long after the chemicals wear off. This is Schopenhauer's clarity about the cruelest deception nature ever sold us.
I mean, for real, sometimes I wonder, why does marriage have to be a legal thing to make it official and everything? I guess there's a lot of things you can't do as couples unless you're officially married, right? Because back in the very old days, there was like more simple marriage. It didn't cost much. As long as the man and the woman truly loves each other and they're actually living with each other and they're actually helping each other. Sometimes I feel like that should be enough for you to prove yourself that you're married and that you are maintaining a relationship. And there is no government intervention whatsoever. You two are the ones in control of the relationship, not the government and not the women as well. So that's a problem that I have there sometimes. You know, legally today, if you want to declare yourself married, it has to be through legal means. But before that, I don't think that was the case. It was through approval of the family unit and everything, I believe, and people arranging marriage, which it happened a lot more naturally compared to what it is now.
Let's start with what you've been sold. Marriage is the ultimate goal, the completion of your life story, the path to lasting happiness and deep fulfillment. Disney movies, romantic comedies, social media, all pushing the same narrative. Find your soulmate, have a wedding, live happily ever after. But Schopenhauer saw through this delusion centuries before social media made it worse. What's the reality of modern marriage?
Okay, so before we get to that, yeah, it's like you're basically selling yourself once you're married, and they're creating an illusion that you will be living happily ever after, like all those Disney movies when the main protagonist and the main female protagonist get together and they get married, they get in love. You think that it's all gonna be sunshines and rainbows for the rest of your life? No, it's just the beginning of the whole thing. It's literally just the beginning. There's gonna be a lot of challenges coming ahead. There's gonna be a lot of trials and tribulations through your marriage that's gonna test your loyalty towards each other. And if the bond and foundation of your marriage is not strong enough to handle all these trials, because there are gonna come 100% guarantee, then the marriage is gonna fail and you're basically gonna live a life full of regrets. And I trust me, you know, you gotta make that decision really thoughtfully. I'm still free from all that. I've never been married before in my life. I never barely even had a girlfriend even. And yet when I hear stories like this, I'm like, wow, these guys have it worse, man. I don't have to worry about any of that stuff. I only have to worry about taking care of myself and, you know, making my life better and making more money. Because honestly, these days, like, I'm struggling to just take care of myself. I'm struggling to find a job. I'm just living through freelancing and, you know, family support and all that stuff. But it's tough out there, I'll be honest. Hard times are here. Yep, they are sure here. The job market is shrinking. People are getting laid off left and right. Millions of people, in fact. And in a marriage like that, how are you going to be able to maintain it if you're not able to maintain a job or a business? Because everything revolves around money today. So if you lose your jobs today, you could be homeless in a few months or a few weeks. It doesn't have to be that way for you though, because the new Angry's Creator Academy is gonna teach you how you could create your own business online. And you could use YouTube to grow your business and promote it in a way where with time you could have full control of the money that you make instead of depending on some corporation to give you a paycheck. Look at the whole government shutdown that's happening right now. If this government shutdown does not end by November 1st, a lot of people working in the federal government, federal workers, are not going to be able to receive their paychecks. That's really bad, I'll tell you that much. So definitely, if you want an opportunity to grow and you're really serious about it, I urge you to check it out in the link in the description below to the Creator Academy. And there is also a free creator blueprint when you sign up today. So check it out in the links description below ASAP.
These are 4 reasons why you should reconsider marriage. Let's get it. 1. Look at the fucking numbers, bro. Fuck your family and friends. The up-to-date divorce rate in America is 56%, with 80% being filed by women. And you know what's crazy? It will really be 70%, right? Because 10 to 50% of couples, right? They stay married unhappily just to keep the family afloat. It's cheaper to keep her, 2, and this for the high earners, right? Business owners, 6 figures, millions, right? A lot of y'all meet y'all wives after your success was already made, right? So guess what? When she divorce your ass, right? Because look at the stats, right? When she divorced your ass, she's walking away with half of your assets and money just for having a meow between her legs and looking pretty. She didn't work for the shit. So if she wasn't with you shooting in the gym before your success, don't fucking marry her. 3, you're most likely in the first 3 years, right? The sex is still good. She's doing things for you, things of that nature, right? But guess what? When you're falling, it feels like you're flying until reality hits. All that shit slows down eventually in most cases. Again, look at the stats. I ain't just making up numbers. Man lie, woman lie, numbers don't. 4, every, if not almost every married man I know that been married for 10 plus years, they always tell me, don't do it, bro. Jokingly, with a little smirk, a little laugh, but let me tell you something, bro. Every joke has a truth behind it, like a hating motherfucker, right? Come on, bro, you gotta tighten the fuck up and think with your fucking brain, the head up here and not the head down there. Now, I'm not saying don't settle down and have a family, right? Still be a leader, protector, and be there for your girl or fiance financially, right? But don't sign that contract. And if that's not enough for her, then she's marrying you for the wrong intentions and the wrong things. I'm gonna leave it at this, right? Look at the numbers. There's 3 rings: the engagement ring, the wedding ring, and the suffering. Stop being a fucking sucker.
Anyways, let's get back to the commentary a little bit more, and then we'll get to the conclusion on this whole thing.
40 to 50% end in divorce. But that's just the ones brave enough to escape. How many more are trapped in Schopenhauer's legalized misery? Legalized misery means staying together for financial reasons, social pressure, or fear of starting over. Watch married people at restaurants. How many are actually talking? How many are scrolling their phones?
Yep. You're gonna see a lot of people scrolling their phones even when they're married and stuff. People are just paying attention to social media. Social media has ruined a lot of people's minds and a lot of people's perspective in life. And look at what's happening today. Starting over again when you're already an adult is extremely difficult, man. If you lose everything when you're in your 30s or 40s or 50, getting back to where you were is very difficult, if not impossible. That's why life is very fragile. And you got to learn to think very critically before you make any decision. Because if you don't, you're going to live through the consequences of your actions. And that's not the position any of us want to be in, right? But sometimes we tend to get instant gratification on stuff, and then we don't tend to think of the consequences until it's too late.
Avoiding eye contact, existing in parallel rather than together. Schopenhauer predicted this. He understood that marriage forces 2 fundamentally incompatible things together: the temporary biological drive to pair bond and the permanent legal and social obligation to remain bonded. It's like signing a lifetime gym membership based on how you feel after one good workout. The endorphins fade, the initial motivation disappears, but you're still locked into paying the price day after day, year after year. And there's something even more insidious happening here. Marriage doesn't just fail to deliver happiness, it actively destroys the very qualities that made you attractive in the first place. Your independence becomes codependence. Your mystery becomes familiarity. Your passion becomes routine.
And that's what goes on, like the honeymoon phase of any relationship will fade off over time. So you really have to be passionate enough and realistic enough to know that you will do whatever it takes to make the relationship last a long time. And a lot of people are not really that committed or ready for such a responsibility, because this world today does not really get you ready for what's to come in the real world. And then these corporations profits off of you guys failing marriage. Yes, they profit off your failed marriage. They profit off your bad decisions like credit card debts, student loan debts, and every other things, because every decision you make in your life, every very important decisions you make could shape you for the rest of your life. So if you're not ready to handle the consequences, or you're not ready to handle the responsibilities, think again. Think very cautiously. Think about that marriage is not the best thing you can do right now, unless you are literally extremely financially prepared. You are literally wealthy, that money is not even a problem to you anymore. Unless you feel that way, unless you know for sure that you have full control of that, don't get married today. Because the average person ain't gonna do very well in this relationship today, and that's the cold hard truth. Especially with how the cost of living is today, how inflation is destroying the economy, and there's only a few ways to get around there. Getting your own business prepared and getting your crypto ready. Anyway, so if you want to watch the rest of this video that I have just commentated on, the link will be in the description below, with the link to his channel as well, .architect. You could check out more on this content, if anything. So yeah, guys, what you guys think of this commentary? I hope that you got something out of this. You got some value out of this. Let me know in the comment section below. I hope to hear from many of you guys, or read from you guys. Yeah, so marriage, I don't see myself ever getting married anytime soon. I don't even imagine myself being in that situation whatsoever, especially when I'm not even close of even having a girlfriend, like for real. So, you know, I came to accept that fact. I came to accept the fact that if I cannot take fully care of myself, how am I supposed to take care of the rest of the family, the children, the wife, and everyone else that depends on you? Especially, you know, mom and dad, that they're not getting any younger, and I have to start taking care of them. So I'm getting myself more mature, more prepared for when that day comes. Anyways, guys, if you agree with everything that's said in this video, you could give this video a like, subscribe to this channel. Yep, click the like, click the subscribe button, click the bell next to it, so you will not miss any Angry Guy related content here ever again. Check out Angry Guy at Rumble as well, so you could check out his unfiltered content where he doesn't hold back in his cusses. And also, be sure to take a look at the Angry Creator Academy that has just launched recently. If you want to learn how to become a successful entrepreneur when it comes to creating your own business with social media, Angry Guy has been doing this for 10 years. I have been at least, you know, making some money making videos for different clients, especially Angry Guy. And I hope that everything goes well with all you guys that's watching. I hope that you find your passion. If you have skills, be sure to find a way to monetize it, because it will definitely help you for the old digital future and also the apocalypse that is coming in now. So definitely get yourself prepared, because if you're not prepared, you're going to be left behind and you'll probably be in Tyrone Tent City like Angry Guy said. Anyway, that's all I have to say. If you want to also check out my channel at Magbo Gaming, where I do gaming related content, game hunting videos, video game discussions and all that stuff, feel free to check in the description below, and I'll see you all in the next one. Magbo Gaming out. Bye bye. Peace.